Well, if you think you've heard them all, here's one you probably haven't heard. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has just signed legislation that outlaws, and I mean bans, the sale of one particular brand of firearm in the state of California. Now, I realize that firearms are all over the place. There's millions of them exist in America, but the state of California has just banned one particular brand from being sold in the state starting effective January 1st. That brand, they say, it can no longer be sold in California, is Glock. Now, Glock is the #1 maker of firearms, well, in the United States. Probably in the world, it depends on who you ask. But a Glock firearm was designed from Austria, and they have become the most popular firearm in calibers ranging from 22 to 45 ACP, whatever. Glocks are semi-automatic pistols, and they have been around for a very long time. Most police departments in the United States of America use Glocks. Just keep that in mind. Most police departments in America, they're used everywhere. But the state of California has effectively outlawed them on January 1st. Now, they can be resold as a used Glock somebody could buy. You could trade a Glock, with somebody else. That's fine, but you can't buy a brand new Glock in California because they said, well, Glock has a problem. And, well, you might want to call it a problem, but here's what it is. Someone figured out the triggering system on a Glock and figured out, if I manufacture a little part in that Glock, I can set down, put inside the Glock, and instead of one bullet going off every time I pull the trigger, because a Glock is a semi-automatic handgun, one trigger pull, one shot. And then it resets, the trigger resets, sear resets, everything resets for the next time you pull the trigger. Well, if I can manufacture this little product, little tiny thing, and I can insert it inside the Glock, every time I pull the trigger, it's not going to reset itself. It's going to keep shooting. And it's going to shoot just like a machine gun. You pull the trigger, you hold it down, it's going to fire every round inside the magazine, up to like 30 rounds. It's called a switch. Switches have been around for a number of years, and they are illegal everywhere in the United States. Illegal totally. But the state of California says, well, because they can put a switch in a Glock, we are outlawing the gun itself. Well, here's something to know, folks. That switch I have seen demonstrated in other brands of guns, yes. So if you think that Glock's the only one who's going to have to redesign their entire shooting assembly and their entire trigger mechanism, don't kid yourself. I've seen other handguns they've taken and basically put the same part in, and that gun functions just like a machine gun itself. So Glock's not the only one that has that capability. Now, they're saying, well, we do that, it's going to solve problems because the criminals won't be able to do it anymore. Give me a break. People with a printer, people with one of those custom printers that they can create one, they can build it on these custom printer designs. It's just a piece of plastic. So these printers can design that. They spit it out. People are designing them and selling them all over the place. And to say we're going to ban Glocks because people are going to have these, criminals will get guns. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, they're going to find guns. And if they're using the Glock now by putting a switch into them, they can put a switch in other semi-automatics as well. They've discovered that can be done. So, if you're a Glock fan, don't move to California because you won't be able to buy one effective January 1st. But I should point out to you, you know who owns a Glock in California? Kamala Harris. She's admitted it herself. She's, oh yes, I have a Glock. So now the state of California could outlaw Glocks, and I can tell you they're already being sued. This is going to be an interesting lawsuit to say one state can outlaw one particular brand of gun because they don't like it. That may go against the Second Amendment as we know it. Because when you start saying, well, we're going to ban this gun, we're going to ban this gun, we're going to ban this gun, then the state could say, well, then, if we could do that, we could ban all the guns by name, outlaw them all. Backdoor probably ain't going to work. But just so you know, in California, effective January 1st of 2026, you can no longer purchase a brand new Glock because you're afraid you'll put a switch in it. A switch that these custom printers can create by the thousands if they want, but they'll also work in other guns as well. Glock's not the only one. That's a little too much when you think about it. So be aware, it's your state. It's California. No more Glocks. If they think they can get away with it in one state, I guarantee you other states will try the same identical process. And now you know.